Namah Parvati Pataye Govindanam Sankirtanam.
Namaste everyone. We will start our Bhagavatam session today. We have seen last time we have seen that Vritrasura's Charitram, and now we will see Prahlada's Charitram, which is most wonderful, which will be most wonderful Charitram. Before starting Bhagavatam, we will start with a prayer. Om Shuklam Bhardaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarva Vigno Vishante. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Sarva Lokanam Vishaje Bhavarogina, Nadiye Sarva Vidyanam Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. தென்னாடுடைய பெரியவா போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி சர்வஜா சர்வவியாபி பெரியவா சரணம் மாயப்பிறப்பருக்கும் மகா பெரியவாடி போற்றி. ஓம் ஜன்மாத்யஸ்ய யதோ அன்வயாதிதரதஸ்சார்த்தேஷு அபிஜ்ஞः ஸ்வராட் தேனே பிரம்மஹ்ருதாய ஆதிகவயே முஹ்யந்தி யத்சூரயः तेजो वारिमृदां यदा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा दाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तगुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपादमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. So in the last session, we have finished about the history of Chitraketu, changing into Vritrasura, and it is said that listening this Vritrasura Charitram will always, remove our bondages. We are all attached to all this material existence. And that will help. The listening, even the listening, hearing the story of Vritrasura will remove our, bondages with this material existence. That is what is said in Bhagavatam. And after that, after this Charitram, this King Parikshit, he was asking Shukhacharya. He was listening to Shukhacharya about all this Bhagavatam was going on, isn't it? So, she was asking a question that the Lord is always same to everyone. The Lord being everyone's, well-wisher, is equal and, extremely dear to all, everyone. So how then did he become partial like a common man, for the sake of devas and, and thus kill asuras always? It is always said that, asuras are killed and devas are protected. How come it is possible? Why he is like that? For that, Parikshit, Shukhacharya says, see the so-called attachment, detachment, obligations, partiality, never touches the Lord. The Lord is different. He is nirguna. So he says that, those who take the refuge unto the lotus feet of this Supreme Lord, they were all protected. All of them are protected. He is very, very impartial. He is not partial. So it doesn't matter whether it is a Devan or whether it is an Asuran. See, thus he started, the Charitram of Prahlada. Before that, Prahlada's Charitram just said like, in the Mahabharatam, Maharaja Yudhishthira was performing Rajasuya Yagyam, which is a very greatest yagyam and which can be performed only by a certain king. It's not possible for all the kings to do the Rajasuya Yagyam. So Maharaja, Yudhishthira, Dharmaputra, is doing that Rajasoya Yagyam there. And he has to offer his first, first offering. He has to give his first offering to someone, some lord. So at that time, Sahadevan is a jnani. So he says that this is the Krishna Paramatma is the only one who is, who is deserved to get the prayers. So you can do, so you can do the first puja to Krishna Paramatma only. So he is the Supreme Lord. So everyone there in this courtyard, they all accepted that. And Yudhishthira was performing, prayers or offering, the first puja to Krishna Paramatma, Lord Krishna. Seeing that scene, everyone are present there in this, and that Rajasoya Yagyam. And seeing that scene, Shishupalan is a cousin. Shishupalan is the cousin of Pandavas. So Shishupalan there, he was sitting there, and he started criticizing Krishna Paramatma. So Krishna, he started scolding. He used bad words. He used bad words on Krishna, and he was scolding Krishna. And Krishna, he kept his temper till the 100th scolding, till the 100th bad word. So that is against Krishna. He is abusing. He is using bad words. So after the 100th, bad word, what happened is Krishna Paramatma, he used his chakrayudam. He used his chakrayudam called the disc, and he killed Shishupalan. And this Shishupalan's, the Jyotis of Shishupalan, or the Jivan of Shishupalan, went and merged inside Krishna. This scene is happening in that, Rajasoya Yagyam. So, seeing this scene, that is, the Jyotis of Shishupalan being merging into the body of Krishna, Maharaja Yudhishthira, what happened is he became very much shocked. What is this happening? See, a person, he is personally insulting Lord Krishna, and what happens is he is getting a, the Jyotis of this Shishupalan is merging with Lord Krishna. What is this? What is happening here? I don't understand. So he inquired this. Struck with wonder, he inquired about the reason for this from great sage Narada, who was also seated there. So all the great sages, all other sages were also seated there. Everyone are present there. They're also present. So the great sage Narada, he responding to this, to Yudhishthira's inquiry, recited this historical facts of how the Lord is always, impartial. Even when killing demons, he is impartial. So in this regard, he gave a vivid example. Like, Yudhishthira asked this Sayujya Mukti. Sayujya Mukti is impossible to attain even for great sages or even for great transcendentalists. It's not possible. So how then did this enemy, the personal enemy, see, is a one-on-one, he is scolding Krishna. He is using abusive words on Krishna. How can he attain the Sayujya Mukti? So now sage Narada, he said, see, O king Yudhishthira, there are several ways to attain mukti. There's no only one way. There are several ways to attain or to merge into Lord Krishna. There are several ways. Krishna, that is the Lord. If one wants to, these citing example, see, if one wants to go to Varanasi, say for example, he can go by bus. He can use a train. He can use a flight, or he can even walk. So Bhagavan means Bhagavan, Paramatma, has no material body. And he has no false conception of I and mine. And, he had no enemy or he had no friend. When he chastises the demon, it is for their own good. And when he accepts the prayers of the devotees, it is for their own good. So he is affected neither by prayers nor by blasphemy. So whether thinking of him as their worshipable Lord or an enemy, and because of constantly thinking of him, they will regain their spiritual body. See, there he is quoting, like, in the Bhagavatam, it is said that the Gopikas, by their kamam, they came to Krishna. The place where they came, where they come to is Bhagavan. And Kamsan, Kamsan constantly thinks of Krishna because of fear. Because of fear, he always thinks of Krishna. Whatever he sees, whenever he drinks water or whenever he sleeps, he is afraid of Krishna, whether he will come and kill him. So he constantly thinks of Krishna. Shishupalan, by envy, he always thinks of Krishna. By always blasphemy Krishna, he always thinks of Krishna. And Yadus, by their familial relationship with Krishna, they always think of Krishna. And Pandavas, like you always think of Krishna because because of your affection and because of your friendship with Krishna. And we as sadhus, Narada says this, we as sadhus, we always think of Krishna by bhakti, by devotional bhakti. So we got into the mercy of Krishna. So in order to understand this, I will tell you a story. So sage Narada said that your two cousins, this Shishupalan and Dantavakra, the sons of your maternal aunt, were formerly the associates of Vishnu, Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha. They are the Dwarapalakargal, or the soldiers or the security guards, of Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha. So they were cursed by Sanagadi Munivargal there, and they fell from Vaikuntha into this material world. They came to this material world like that. And they are known as Jaya and Vijaya. There in Vaikuntha, they are known as Jaya and Vijaya in Vaikuntha. What happened? They once forbade the Sanat Kumarargal, Sanagadigal. There is Sanaga, Sanandana, Sanadana, Sanat Kumarargal. All the four sages to enter into Vaikuntha. So what happened? The great sages, this Sanagadigal, they cursed them. They cursed this Jaya Vijaya, this security guards, the Dwarapalakargal. They cursed them, and then to take birth into this material world. That's how they came here. So this Jaya Vijaya, what happened after realizing their wrong deeds, fell into the lotus feet of this Sanagadigal. See, these sages are Mahangal. Mahangal always have a compassionate compassionate heart. So they don't keep the grudge always. So, they have a lot of mercy towards us. So they said that after 3 births, you will be able to return to your positions in Vaikuntha. So you go, take birth, and after the 3rd birth, you will come to this Vaikuntha. For the duration of this curse will have ended by that time. So these two associates, this Dwarapalakargal of Lord, that is this Jaya and Vijaya, later what happened? They descended to this material world and took birth as the sons of Dithi, as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. And this Hiranyaksha was killed by Lord Vishnu taking the Varaha avatar, and Hiranyakashipu was killed by Lord Narasimha. And then they again in the next birth they became Ravanan and Kumbhakarnan. And Lord Vishnu, he took a Rama avataram to kill Ravanan and Kumbhakarnan. And in the Dwapara Yugam, they appeared as Shishupalan and Dantavakra and got killed by Lord Krishna. Now they are free from the curse. So now King Yudhishthira, he inquired, "O sage Narada, please tell about this Hiranyakashipu and Prahlada. I want to hear about this Bhagavatam, Prahlada. I want to hear about them." So now the sage Narada starts to narrate this Charitram of Prahlada. What happened is this Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, both of them are born to Dithi. And this Hiranyaksha, the elder one, he got killed by Varaha Avataram, by Vishnu, by taking Varaha Avataram, he killed Hiranyaksha. So now Hiranyakasipu, what happened after knowing about the killing of Hiranyaksha's death, about his brother's death, he went to Mahendra Malai and started doing tapas. He was doing, he was doing tapas for more than 1,000 years. So for 1,000 years, he was doing tapas, and tapas kind of, it created a fire. A kind of fire began blazing from his head, disturbing the entire universe and its inhabitants, including the birds and animals and everything, beasts and demigods, even Lord Brahma, he got scared. So the Lord Brahma, what happened? The creator of the universe, he came before him and stopped him from further tapas. No, don't do the tapas. Okay, I am satisfied with your tapas. And now you ask for a boon. He asked, what do you want? Now, Hiranyakasipu, he told, I want to be immortal. I don't want to die. So I want to be immortal. But Lord Brahma, he said, no, anyone who takes birth in this material world has to die one day or other. So you ask me a different boon. I don't want to give that boon. So what happened? Now Hiranyakasipu, he is so intelligent, and he prayed not to be killed by any living entity, not to be killed in any place, inside or outside, not to die in the daytime or night time, and not to be killed by any weapon, and not to be killed on land or in the air, and not to be killed by any human being or animals or demigods or any other entity, living entity or non-living. So he also prayed for the supremacy. So he also prayed for the supremacy, over the entire universe, and he requested that he should attain that 8 yogic perfections, like anima, mahima, lagima, like that. He has to attain the yogic perfections. So he got all the things from Lord Brahma after doing tapas for 1,000 years. So after getting all the boons like this, he declared himself as Supreme Lord. Every one of this, the whole universe got scared on seeing Hiranyakasipu, because he's so powerful. He brought under his control the entire universe, the demigods, the brahmanas, everyone. So he became and he was seriously he was seriously envious against Lord Vishnu, because Lord Vishnu is the only enemy for him, because he killed his brother Hiranyaksha. So he's the only enemy he is having, and he brought under his control the entire universe. Now Hiranyakasipu has 4 sons. The 4th one is Prahlada. Prahlada, though he was born in the Asura's family, in Asuran's family, he was a very good was a great spiritual person, always, dwelling in the feet of Lord Hari, Vishnu. So what happened is, from the very beginning onwards, Prahladan was uninterested. He was not interested in playing with the toys like any other kid. So he gave them all together, and he remained silent, fully absorbed in Hari's Maranam. So he does not see anything but Lord. So he always see Krishna everywhere, anywhere. And he could not understand why this world, he could not understand how the world goes on being, fully absorbed in all the activities. Because he's a Mahan, he's always absorbed in Hari, he thinks like that. Now, Hiranyakashipu, he always liked Prahladan because he's the last son, fourth son. And after his 5th year, he's only 5 years old, Prahlada. Now he wanted to send him to school. School means Gurukulam, where Shukhacharya is the guru of Asuras. And Shukhacharya sons, Chanda Markal, they were the sons of Shukhacharya, and they teach in the Gurukulam. And Hiranyakashipu sent Prahladan to this Gurukulam. See, this Prahladan is already fully educated in spiritual life. So, but Prahladan went to school along with all the, sons of all the Asuras. He was going to school. There is this Gurukulam was near the palace, situated near the palace. So one day what happened? Always he goes to the Gurukulam and he comes back to the palace. And one day what happened? This Hiranyakashipu, he wanted to see Prahladan. He was going to school and all. So he wanted to see Prahladan, and he kept Prahladan on his lap and asked him, "My dear son, please tell me what you think is the best of all the subjects you have studied from your teacher." Hearing this, Prahladan with folded hands, he knows how to respect his father and mother. So with folded hands, he first prostrated before Hiranyakashipu. He said, "O king of Asuras, O my father, any person who has accepted this temporary body, or the temporary household life is certainly embarrassed by anxiety because of having fallen into the dark well." Pazhum Kanaru, we say Pazhum Kanaru in Tamil, where there is no water but only suffering. So one should give up this position and go to the forest or Vanam in search of Lord. So father, we have to leave our house now. Do Hari Bhajanai. We have to leave our house. House, Veedu means this body also. We have to leave this. We have to chant, Krishna. We have to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Rama loudly. And, we should not keep the keys of the house with us. Throw the keys, throw the keys of the house anyway. And, don't protect this house with the keys, with locking with the key. And so come along and we should all do Hari Bhajanai. Hearing this, Hiranyakashipu, what happened? He laughed. He said, someone who is related to this Mayavi Vishnu, who is our enemy, have spoiled the intelligence of my son. Someone has done this. Hiranyakashipu, then he advised his assistants, all the other demons, to give complete protection to Prahlada, to the boy, at the Gurukulam, where he is instructed, so that his intelligence will not be, distracted, or his intelligence will not be further influenced by the enemies like Vishnu Bhaktas, or who may go there and even in disguise, and they may spoil the intelligence of this boy. So protect him. Okay, give complete protection. So now this Shukhacharya's son, after going to this Gurukulam, the Shukhacharya's son, that is the Chandamarka, they were all, they asked Prahlada, who taught you all these things? How your intelligence have been polluted? We don't know whether it has been brought about by you or by any enemies. So here, Prahlada again, he prostrated to his gurus, and the gurus asked, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this namaskaram to me? To whom you are doing this, whom you are prostrating? So Prahlada here, he said, I am prostrating to Lord Narayana, who has even, deluded your brain. That is, you are all Veda Virpannargal. He is saying to his gurus that you are all Veda Virpannargal, that is. And like you are saying friends, you are differentiating between friends and enemies. So I have not learned any of this from anybody or from any enemy. See, he says, as iron is getting attracted to the magnetic, by a magnetic stone, and it moves automatically towards the magnet, my conscience have been changed by his will. Now my conscience is changed by his will and is attracted towards Lord Narayana. Hearing this, the Chandamarkal, they became very angry. They chastised Prahlada. They said that you should not chant Narayana's name. It is all here Hiranyakashipu only. And you should not take the name of Mayavi, Hari and all. Okay, it is all here only about Hiranyakashipu. And I will teach you all the Raja Nitis now. And they taught all the Raja Nitis to Prahlada. Prahlada has more bhakti towards his gurus. But he learned so quickly. He is a very intelligent person. No? He knows everything already, and so quickly he learned everything. So after some time, after days passed by, this Chandamarkal, they thought that, he is ready now. Now he has learned so many things. Prahladan was sufficiently educated now. So now he is ready to be, presented before Hiranyakashipu. So then one day what happened, the Gurukulam is only near to the palace. So every day he will go there, and his mother, Hayatu, Prahladan's mother, she is so pleased to see Prahladan. Prahladan is only a 5-year-old boy with all the tejas in his face, very calm. So what happened, one day, this Prahladan's mother, she personally bathed the boy, dressed him so nicely with all the ornaments, with silk clothes, and he tied the kudumi there. They put that kudumi there and all, and she presented, very beautifully, this Prahladan in front of his father. The 5-year-old child, he's only 5-year-old child, looking very beautiful. And when Hiranyakashipu saw the child, had fallen into, at his feet, and was offering the obeisances, as an affectionate father, he immediately began, showering blessings upon the child and embraced him with both arms. He was so happy. A father naturally, feels happy to embrace his son. And Hiranyakashipu also became very happy this way. And Hiranyakashipu, what happened? He seated Prahladan on his lap and began smelling his head. Means like, uchi murrad, we say in Tamil. With affectionate, tears, gliding from his eyes, and moistening the child's smiling face, he spoke to his son. Oh, my dear son, for so much time you have heard many things, many things from your teacher, from your guru. So you now tell me what to retain and what to forget. Whatever you think is the best of that knowledge, just tell me. Now, Prahladan, with folded hands and prostrating before his father, he said, Sharanam Kirtanam Vishnoho Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dhasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam. Means hearing, Prahlada said, hearing and chanting about the Bhagavad Gunam, hearing the chanting about the Kalyana Gunam of Sarveshwaran, Paramatma, the holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and the past times of Lord Vishnu. Smaranam, Kirtanam, Padasevanam, and remembering, Madala Smaranam, remembering the service of Lotus, remembering them, and Padasevanam, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, Archanam, offering the Lord respectful worship with all the 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, and considering the Lord as our best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. It is in other words, serving him with the body, mind, and words, everything. So these 9 processes, these 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. See, one who has dedicated his life to do the service of Vishnu through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person. For he has acquired the complete knowledge, absolute knowledge. So after hearing all these words, you can imagine Hiranyakashipu's mood. This devotional service from the mouth of his son, Prahlada, and Hiranyakashipu became he was extremely angry. He became so angry. His lips were, his lips was trembling. And he spoke to this Chandamarkal. He saw the Chandamarkal there seeing that gurus, and see them. What have you taught to this little boy, you unqualified, most heinous son of a Brahmana? You have disobeyed my order and taken shelter of the enemies. See, you have now surrendered to the other party, a party of my enemy, and you have taught this poor little boy about devotional service, spiritual things, so many. What is this nonsense? What is it going on? You have not, you have disobeyed my orders. But this Chandamarkal, they got scared. They said, O king, whatever your son Prahlada has said was not taught to him by us, or by anyone else. His spontaneous devotional service is naturally developed in him. So therefore, please, you give up your anger and do not unnecessarily accuse us. Then Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlada. He's angry. He turned, from Chandamarkal to this boy, and he asked, you rascal, you are the most fallen one in our family, and you have not received any education from your teacher. Where have you gotten it? Prahlada said, Appa, one cannot get Vishnu Bhakti doing Surya Namaskaram or, standing upside down. Persons, who are strongly entrapped, entrapped by the conscious of this material life, cannot understand Vishnu Bhakti. He cannot get Vishnu Bhakti from anyone else who is also like him. It's like a blind man, guiding another blind man. So only one thing can give Vishnu Bhakti. If one runs and, and smears smear upon their body the dust of the lotus feet of sadhus or the Vishnu Bhaktas, completely free from their material contamination, they can get it. Only those people, they can get it. Hearing this, Hiranyakashipu became very, very angry. He said, till now you said that you have to go and do, you have to surrender to Vishnu and do bhajanai, Vishnu bhajanai and Hari bhajanai and all. Now you are saying that you have to go and surrender to Vishnu Bhaktas. What is this? What are you thinking in your mind? Who taught you this? He became very, very angry. Couldn't tolerate this. So what happened? He threw him off. He threw him off his lap. He was, the Prahlada was sitting in the lap of Hiranyakashipu, but he threw him off his lap onto the ground and he ordered, oh demons, oh my servants, come on. I can't tolerate this boy. Okay, take this boy away from me, and he deserves to be killed. You can't let him like that. So kill him as soon as possible. So in the Puranam it is said, in the this Prahlada Charitram, Puranam, it is said that Hiranyakashipu tried to kill Prahlada in various ways. It is described there. But Hiranyakashipu could not kill his son. Initially, he started, by he wanted to kill his son by throwing him beneath the feet of big elephants. So, but the elephants came there. Prahlada was standing calmly. He was chanting Vishnu's name, Hari's name, Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. He was chanting Vishnu's name. And all the elephants, they came. The elephants prostrated, bent before this boy, and they went away calmly. So the boy was never hurt. All the other, soldiers or all the other demons, they came to Hiranyakashipu and they told, no, nothing has happened to Prahlada. The elephants ran away and, he was saved. So what happened? He put in the midst of the fearful snakes. Then also nothing happened. So he employed, destructive spells. Nothing happened. Hurling him, from the top of the hill. But what happened, Bhumi Devi, she, caught hold of this boy and she gave it to Hiranyakashipu. He said that he can't be killed because it's your son. You are so mighty, so your son. So she wanted to hail Hiranyakashipu, and she doesn't want to kill Prahlada also, on the other hand. So what happened at last? Hiranyakashipu asked his wife, Ayatu, to come, and she asked him, you have to administer poison to Prahlada. You have to give poison. You have to poison the food and give Prahlada the poison food and kill him. But she's a mother. So she was so scared. She said, I am the mother of this child. See, I am the mother of this child. He said, how can I kill my own child? It's not going to happen. He said, see, if you are a chaste woman, Pativrtai, then you should do this. Whatever I say, you have to obey, and you have to do this. So now she is tense. What happened? She was crying, she was weeping, and Prahlada was there. Prahlada asked, why are you weeping? She was, she was mixing the poison in the food, and she was keeping it in her hand. And Prahlada, she said, why are you weeping now? You have to feed me. And why are you weeping? She said, no, I have poisoned this food, and your father has told me to give the food to you. Prahlada smiled and said, Narayana is everywhere. He is there everywhere, situated. You don't know. So even in the food, Narayana is there. So don't worry, Ma. Give me more food. So don't worry. Srimad Narayana is there everywhere, even the food, and he will save me. So he took the food, taking the name of Hari, he said, he took the food. Nothing happened. So what happened? His mom, she fainted, for mixing the food with the poison, she was fainting. And this mom, after seeing that nothing has happened to her son, so she ran to Hiranyakashipu and she said that nothing has happened. Wow, Hiranyakashipu was scared to see what happened to Prahlada. Nothing has happened. The boy was smiling and he was sitting there. And he is asking for more food. So if the child is safe, then when that Narayana, the Vishnu is saving the child, our kid, then why can't we be devoted to that Narayana? Hearing all these things, Hiranyakashipu, he became very much anxiety about what to do next. Everything is turning, in Prahladan's way, and nothing is working. So what to do next? I don't know what to do. I have to think of a plan. So in this session, we will stop the story, Prahladan's story here, and we will continue Prahladan's story. What is the next thing? What Hiranyakashipu is going to do with Prahladan? What Prahladan is going to advise Hiranyakashipu? We will all see in the next session. So we will close this session with Purnamadam, and we will see Prahladan's Charitam further. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.